We now join our regularly scheduled programming, already in progress.
Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks.
Hello everybody! How you doing out there? Man oh man, has it been a while. Well, with work trying to get all the Steam achievements in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition and dealing with Marvelous Inc. taking down my school Rumble video, it's back up by the way, let's just say I've been busy and I haven't had a motivation for content creation. But anyway, the year has come and gone, and do you know what you should have been watching this fall season? Welcome to the Ballroom, because that show frickin' rocks. But also Inuyashiki, because that show rocks too. Inuyashiki is a show where I had no idea on what I was getting myself into, but man, if the opening introduction doesn't make you stick around, then I'm sorry, but you've made the wrong choice. Inuyashiki is very twisted in how it sets the stage for our narrative. To the same vein of series like Kaiji, you immediately feel sorry or empathetic for our main character Ichiro. The guy looks absolutely terrible for his age, his family has pretty much disowned him to the point of where he barely exists in their lives, and finally with the revelation of his cancer diagnosis, I don't think he could fall much lower than rock bottom. However, this is classified as a sci-fi anime after all, and weird things must happen at some point. Thus, Ichiro and fellow human hero are obliterated by an incoming spaceship and recreated as machines by the aliens that massacred them. One thing that I love about Inuyashiki, at least with its first 2 episodes, is how it handles its quote-unquote visual horror. There's something truly off-putting about the main villain in that they almost act too calm for how disturbing their actions are, and considering they are in a sense no longer human, it fits the mold of an unemotional killer well. It drew me in and freaked me out in a film sense because I had a feeling about the outcome, but seeing it put into action still left its mark. I felt the same way about Parasite the Maxim, and Inuyashiki is able to nail its quote-unquote beautiful tragedies also. Despite how campy the show becomes as it progresses, I appreciate what the narrative is doing. It's not going for something abstract, artistic, or preachy, rather it's showing that people can use their gifts to help others as well as for evil. It's a bare bones concept, but that's all you need sometimes to make something great. I guess the series even has a theme of an over-reliance or over-attachment to technology, so much so that people will still use it even though they are more likely than not guaranteed death at the hands of Hiro. The ending is even bittersweet, in which both heroes are destroying themselves to save the planet, progressing into a theme showing how precious life truly is. Moving on, I like the distinct change between both Hiro and Ichiro. One retains their humanity while using his power for good, and the other finds everything to be like a game and almost becomes an AI entirely, just with past memories. Even though Ichiro is no longer human, he still goes back to quote-unquote human ways to save his daughter's life. It proves that even though he is a whole new being physically, he is still himself all the way to his demise. Hiro tries to change back, starting a redemption tour because of a girl and her grandmother, along with finding his sanity again to help his mother, but it's ultimately too late as his grave has already been dug. He cannot turn back now, it's either kill or be killed. Continuing down Hiro's path, I absolutely love the way they played out Hiro's crimes after his mother's suicide. The whole idea of hacking into every person's computer or phone and killing them through the screen is such an awesome idea in creating a true serial killer. You can't find him, but he can see you at any point in time, and nowhere is safe. It's almost like Hiro is a perfected version of Light Yagami and the Death Note combined. It creates that sense of dread and hopelessness, the same feelings that Hiro experienced once before. To then take it to a more massive scale and attack through hijacked broadcasts and now electronic billboards just proves that Hiro is going for broke. They even went full-blown terrorism with multiple plane crashes, and while I wouldn't have done something that realistic, I guess it makes its statement loudly. I do find it interesting that even after the deaths of so many innocent people, a lot of Japan either didn't take his threat seriously or they praised him like a teen heartthrob. It just goes to show that people are too close-minded in regards to their tech and online personas, and they need to take a step back once in a while. Production-wise, the art style fits the series, and most of the time its animation quality flows well visually in both its standard and computer-generated form. While the background characters seem a little derpy at points and its static shots containing a lot of material can look rough, it's a perfectly adequate show in this regard. The fight/chase sequence from episode 10 in particular is an absolute treat full of excitement, suspense, and awesome background music. They really make the city seem as large as it truly is, and it certainly makes up for a lot of subpar moments in my eyes. The same could be said for its castings, as the talent were both cheesy and campy, but also fitting of their roles in question. I even think Ichiro gives Asta a run for his money in terms of most ridiculous scream. Now, do I really even need to talk about Man on a Mission at this point for anime openings? I don't think they have released anything that wasn't at least good, and my hero is right on par with my favorite, Raise Your Flag. The best part, however, about this opening is its visual creativity and almost how screwed up it is. The quote-unquote pinball sequence, since I don't know any other way to describe it, is something that I would never have thought of, but it fits the idea of machinery well, having a gritty and raw feel to it, sticking out in my mind more than anything else. Simply put, the opening has solid imagery for the topic of machines and the concept surrounding them, and it looks cool, that's for sure. Inuyashiki is a solid show from this past season that really needs to be seen at all costs in my opinion. I mean, even President Trump makes an appearance and his attitude is nearly identical to real life, so if you're looking for memes, Inuyashiki even has that. It's one of those shows that comes out every few years or so that just gets you hooked on what it is showing, and it certainly revitalized my love for Parasite the Maxim, that's for sure. Also check out Parasite the Maxim if you haven't yet, it's absolutely incredible and one of my personal favorites. Now if you were interested in checking out Inuyashiki, you can watch the series over on Amazon Prime if that is available to you. Also, what are your thoughts on Inuyashiki? Comment below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. I don't have a set video schedule as of right now, but I plan on uploading more frequently in the future, that's for sure. Subscribe for more anime related content and follow me on Twitter, Kitsu, and my anime list if you're interested. I'm Kent from Spartan Media Reviews, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.
I'm a Trumpster motherfucker.